Hi guys, it's Lewis here. I want to start a new thing on my channel where I review long-running British comic 2000 AD, which has been running since the 1970s and is the birthplace of Judge Dredd. Um, I've been reading it on and off for the past probably 20 years, and I've had long periods where I haven't read it, and I've recently got back into it earlier on this year. So my knowledge of it's pretty good. I've missed a few big stories over the years, but you can pretty much pick it up, and after a few issues, you can get back into it again. So if you're a regular reader, hopefully this will be useful to you, or you just want to hear somebody else's opinion. If you're thinking about getting back into it, then the most recent issue, this one, issue 2200 or 2200, depending on how you like your numbers, is probably a really good place to start. Like the intention is that it's a jumping on point issue. That says at the top, all new stories start inside. So you've got the cover, which is by Tim Napper. The cover is a rare one where it doesn't actually relate to any of the stories inside the issue. Normally, it's like a blown up image from the story, sometimes done by different artists. But this one is just you kind of not generic, but your standard sci-fi imagery, and it's a really cool cover. I really like it. I like the colouring, and I like just the general layout and the big creature thingy here. But yeah, you've got your standard introduction. You've got your what's in the issue there. I know you can't see it too well because of the light. Um, I'll try not to go into spoilers in case you haven't read it yet and you're thinking about getting it, or um, you just haven't got around to it yet. It starts with a Judge Dredd story called Carry the Nine, which is by Rob Williams and Arthur Wyatt, with art by Boo Cook. And I'm a big fan of Boo Cook's art. I'll just show you the first page. I don't know how I feel about it with Judge Dredd though. I think because we just read that big story. What was the big one called just now? Uh, End of Days, of course. Yeah, which was Henry Flint art, I think it was. Yeah, it's Boo Cook's art is a little bit more not cartoony, but a little bit softer in some ways, which works really well. But I mean, and again, not criticism. I still think it's good. But yeah, it's an interesting start to a story. I like that we've just had the big, like almost apocalyptic storyline, and it's being referenced. They're not just kind of gone like, oh yeah, that's it, it's over now. We're going to carry on with the next one. It's the fallout of that big storyline, which is cool. Then we've got Future Shocks in there as well. Again, it's black and white, which makes it even harder to see. But it's your pretty standard sort of Future Shock story. But I enjoyed it. It's they always have that kind of little twist at the end, or little cruel irony sort of thing. But yeah, nice black and white artwork as well. And the next story, um, Hookjaw, is from the Battle comic back in the day. As you can see, the advert for Battle there. It's about the shark with the hook caught in his mouth, but they've kind of upgraded it and updated it, made it kind of a horror kind of thing. And the artwork I really like as well. I'll be interested to see where it goes. It's an intriguing enough start point as well. Um, yeah. Next story is the only one that's not a new story. It's part three of the current Sinister Dexter story, Ghostlands, which is part of a longer ongoing series. They kind of come and go every few issues at the moment. But I've long been a fan of Sinister Dexter. To me, they're one of the staples strips in 2000 AD, along with Dredd and Nicola Dante and stuff like that. I'll show you a little bit of this one. So if you don't want any spoilers at all, then please look away now. But I really like the art style in this. It's got really a lot of the story is drawn like this, where all the pictures. Actually, I'm going to down because that will avoid the big spoiler. They're all kind of quite clear, huge panels and that kind of thing, which really gives it really nice dynamic quality. So I like that one. Be interested to see where that goes as well. Next story, because this is a bigger size issue as well. One thing I should say, there's a real nice glossy cover to this one as well. So they've really gone all out with the big, when it's the big like number progs, like say 2200. They really put a lot into it. Skip Tracer is the next story, which is kind of a new one to me. I read the previous one and I didn't quite get it. I find sometimes stories I just don't click with, and I don't really retain what they're about. So occasionally I'll go back and I'll kind of flick through. So remind myself what was previously happened, but it doesn't, nothing against it, but it just didn't quite click for me. But this one's off to an interesting start. Again, I like the art style. It's pretty cool in that one. But yeah, I'll give it a go. Again, I couldn't. If you asked me what Skip Trace is about, I couldn't tell you. And again, that's not that's not a knock on it. It's just it just didn't quite work for me. But again, it's new to me, so I'll give it a fair go. And the last story is another one that's new to me, Stickleback, but Ian Edgington and Disraeli, who are a team I'm familiar with when I used to read 2000 AD years ago, and I really liked Disraeli's art style. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Sometimes you only see names written and you don't really know, um, but yeah, Stickleback, and it's about Sherlock Holmes, and it's kind of a so this is all quite new to me, but he was like a crime lord, and then it's revealed, it was a big reveal in the last story that he was Sherlock Holmes, which is quite cool. And they have like this stylized version of the battle with Holmes and Moriarty on the waterfall, which has been done in numerous versions. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by that. Like I say, it's new to me, and I'm interested to see where it goes. But yeah, it's a really solid issue, I think, to start off with the new kind of line of stories and that sort of thing. So yeah, I recommend picking it up. Like I say, if you're a regular reader, obviously you're just looking for somebody else's opinions, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'm really interested to hear. I don't get any correspondence on 2000 AD. I'm not on the forum or anything, but I might join. I am actually from like again 15 years ago probably. So I might join up with that again. And but yeah, just let me know what you think. If you like the video, also let me know if you don't like it. Please give constructive feedback or just don't say anything. But but yeah, if you were thinking about getting back on with 2000 AD, it's a perfect place to start. I've got the most recent issue of the magazine as well, which is the 30th anniversary issue, the Judge Dredd magazine. That's obviously the monthly one, so I might get around to doing a review of that as well if people want to see it. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing every week, and it'll probably be earlier because that one has been out for a few days now, since Wednesday. Obviously, it's every Wednesday. Um, but yeah, I'm a subscriber, so I get them a few days early, and they release in shops. So if in the future, I'll probably do reviews like a couple of days before they even come out, so you can have a look at them or have a look at them after. But yeah, please leave a like, subscribe if you like this video and you want to see some more. My other videos, I've got film reviews, action figure stuff, and all sorts. So please give it a look. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you next week, if not before.